For all you hipster, go green, save the planet enthusiasts, I present to you Zen the Intergalactic Ninja. The evil Lord Contaminus has polluted the Earth, and it's up to Zen to save the planet. In a Mega Man-like stage select, you choose which pollution-filled city you want to save, and after saving them all, it's on to Lord Contaminus for the final epic battle for purification of the planet Earth. The 4 stages are the Toxic Factory of the United States, the Forest stage of South America, the Offshore Oil Rig stage of Europe, and the High-Speed Railway stage of Russia. You will have to beat all of them to continue to Lord Contaminus, so just pick one and go for it. Let's start with the Toxic Factory stage. Zen decides to blow it up, and then it's up to you to get him out of there before it collapses on him. As you make your way through the factory, you will encounter all sorts of machines trying to kill you. There's also these platforming parts that will definitely take some practice, but focus on the shadow that Zen creates when jumping, and you'll be okay. You'll eventually make it to the boss, and once you figure out the pattern and defeat him, the factory blows up and you move on to the bonus stage. The bonus stage is simple. Move under the object, hit it with your sword, lather, rinse, repeat. If you collect all of the item in a category, you will receive that reward. Other than the life increase, I really see no point to the others. The forest stage is pretty confusing your first time, because there's no explanation to what you have to do. So let me save you the sanity. To defeat the boss at the top, you need to revive the flowers below. These are shown at the top left corner of the screen. Each flower you revive is like adding a few seconds to the timer in which you can damage the boss. After that, you fight the real boss by jumping from building to building. It's very frustrating, but not too difficult. The oil rig level is another one that gives you no explanation, so once again, I am here to save the day. Where the flowers were before, you'll see 7 faces. These represent the workers you have to save from the fire. You have to collect the fire extinguisher, bring it to a door that is on fire, and press up and B to save the worker. Up and B. Would have been nice to know that before I died trying to figure out how to use it. After saving all 7 workers, you make your way up what I think is a smokestack to the boss, who is some weird Silver Surfer oil looking dude. He's a tough one, but my advice is dodge what you can and just go full frontal attack on him when you can. Just don't get too close, or he like morphs into you and does a decent amount of damage. Last but not least is the high-speed railway stage. This seizure-inducing stage isn't too difficult. Just hit the switches, jump over the gaps, and dodge the fire. After enduring this minecart hell, you'll encounter the Incredible Hulk's cousin. The best strategy is just full frontal attack again. This is by far the easiest stage that has a bonus stage at the end of it, so in retrospect, I probably should have started with this stage. After completing all 4 stages, it's finally time to destroy Lord Contaminus. But not before a barrage of insane levels and mini-bosses. It starts with a Battletoads-like stage, where you race against the spikes that are trying to crush you. Then you fight this weird worm-like mini-boss. After that is another mini-boss as you make your way through a cave, which leads you to an underground facility where you fight yourself? Yeah, you're fighting yourself. And finally, square off with the Lord Contaminus himself. His lazy ass just sits in a chair blowing fire for a moment, but after taking a few hits, he gets up and the real battle begins. The hardest part of this battle is not touching the boss when trying to deal damage to him. You'll notice a percentile counter pointing towards the earth. I wouldn't worry much about that. You have plenty of time to kick his ass. Defeating him gives you a cutscene that really fails to bring the story together, and it promises a sequel, which of course was never made. Unfortunately, this game normally sells for a decently high price. I've seen it go for around $40 to $80 just for the standalone cartridge. Although it's a great game with high replay value, it's a game that can be completed within an hour, and for an average cost of $60, it's hard to say it's worth the purchase. If you can get a copy, you won't be disappointed, so good luck and happy hunting.